typically, basically, I'm leaving with what I came here with, but I'm gonna make sure that you straight too. I mean, I'm not gonna leave you broke. I mean, you came in, you know, to the marriage in a 1986 Hyundai XL, and I got a Jag. I mean, I'll probably buy you like an Accord or something. I mean, you know, I'm clowning, but you're not leaving with the XL. You're gonna be all right, you know. And so for those of you who are not so much Stephen, more so the ladies, I'll just ask you, if you're Oprah and you know you fall in love with Marcus J, you're not gonna get a prenup? I mean, seriously?
But here's the thing, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with
Please
this.
be. Yeah, keep it real. That's what we do here.
I'm nowhere near Oprah's money. But if I could tell you, we've been friends for a long time.
Very long time.
You know how many broke dudes I've been with? A lot of them.
Well, she was rich.
Too many of them. and I'm not rich. But I'm saying, like, you don't have to be rich when you love somebody. Like, you try to help them. And I know that as women, especially, we see the potential in somebody, and we try to help them to get there, like, really fast.
I mean, respectfully, there's a big difference between the way I set it up and the way you set it up.
I understand. But again, if I'm with you and we're getting married, it's forever. So I'm not thinking that, well, this dude will leave. Because honestly,
just in case,
most prenups have some sort of stipulation about unfaithfulness.
Yes, they do. But see, here's the other thing. You know, we can come into this with this lofty plan to stay married forever, but we also know the reality is the divorce rate is 50%. It's over 50%.
But it's lower for older people, so I'm feeling really good.
Okay.
oh, I'm feeling really good now.
Fair enough, but I mean, the reality is, like I said it up earlier, insurance. That's what it is. And, you know, I mean, we're not going to agree, and that's cool. I mean, I'm not trying to change your mind. But what I am trying to do is look at it from a different perspective, because I think it's very interesting that the Diva brought this up, because it's very rare that a woman is the one that's proposing a prenup. And I got into this with Big Groove recently because we had a similar discussion. He's on record as saying that no matter who he marries, no matter how much money he has or they have, he wants a prenup, because even if he start acting crazy, he want to make sure that, you know, his crazy don't affect our money. I understand that thought process.
But can't you guys have that discussion, you know, during the divorce proceedings
No,
or whatever?
No,
I mean, does that have to be a prenup?
No, yes. Because we know that people don't play fair when they're mad. Like, I can't believe you even said that. Think about that. Think about what you suggested.
Yeah, you're about to lose it all now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, nobody plays fair when they're mad. You know, I saw Nene Leakes on TV, and, you know, I wanted to rip my own eyeballs out because I actually sat and watched her for more than 5 minutes. And she was talking about the guy that she was with, and they was together when they was both, you know, broke, and then she got divorced and became Nene Leakes, and now she got Luke, and now she wants a prenup, which, you know, he was hesitant on whether he was going to sign it. And she was like, well, it's a deal breaker. If you don't sign it, then we ain't get married. And I ain't got that.
But she was broke when he had money. So what is she talking? See, okay, well, you compare it to insurance. Insurance is transfer of risk. To me, you are basically putting the foundation, the premise of your marriage into a legal document. And that's not what marriage is supposed to be about.
I hear you.
I agree.
I hear you. I just disagree.
It's supposed to be about love. Forever.
You know what?
It is supposed to be about
And you know what?
love.
All right, here's the deal. It's supposed to be about love, right? But it's also a contract that you sign. I know, because I had to sign one.
True.
And so, if you enter into any kind of contract with your business partner, they make you sign a contract, right? Now, it doesn't sound great when you talk about love. It sounds crass when I put it that way. But the reality is, in every single state in this country, you got to sign a wedding license. It's a contract. So if we can understand that, what you going to do? You're going to say, you know what? We'll just not sign that contract, and we'll be married under the God's umbrella, under the law. Now, if you're going to do that, then cool. I'll roll with you. I'll roll with you on that. But you know what? That same preacher who's telling you that you got to stay married, you know, until death do you part, he's going to sign that same contract that you signed.
But the thing is that love is not. I'm not saying that all you need is love and your marriage is going to be wonderful, because we all know that that's not true. Right. There is so much more that goes into having a good, successful, happy marriage. Not based on these, financial premises or these, what ifs. Marriage is based on how we relate to one another. Are we compatible? I respect you, you respect me. We like doing this, we like doing that. Maybe you're great at cleaning the house and maybe I'm great at balancing the checkbook, and we love each other and we're friends and we want to have children. We have the same goals. It's not about I got X dollars, you got Y dollars. I want to keep my X dollars and leave you with your Y dollars at the end of the day. But I do love you. I do love you.
Again, we're misunderstanding what the whole point of a prenup is. You know what I mean? Because I've never in my life seen or heard of a prenup that leaves the person with less money broke and destitute. And I also want to know, if we're so against prenups, then why ain't we against alimony? Because if...
Oh, it absolutely depends.
Why does it depend?
It depends, because if I take Michael Jordan for example.
I know where you're going, and in that situation there wouldn't be a prenup. There wouldn't be a prenup.
But I'm talking about alimony. You said I'm talking about alimony.
I understand, but I'm just saying to speak to where, and correct me if I'm wrong, but where I think we were going is she was holding him down from jump.
Absolutely.
Right. There wouldn't have been no prenup because there wouldn't have been, any money in the beginning. Right? You follow me so far?
Yes.
So alimony, why I gotta pay you?
Because I basically was taking care of you all these. Now, I don't think the alimony should be like forever until you get married. I think that it should be like an amount, a lump sum. That's what you get. Thank you. You raised our kids for 18 years, all 5 of them, and yeah, I'm okay with that.
In every single state,
I'm okay with that.
But most states would say if there's no prenuptial and the money that came into the marriage during the marriage is fair game for everybody. And so that is the reason why I have issues with alimony, because if you already get half, which, a state like California, which I do know a little bit about, a state like California, you can take half my money and I still got to pay you alimony.
But look how much money is in California.
I don't care about that. That's not fair. It's not fair just because I live in a state where there's a lot of rich people. Does that mean that I got to spend more money?
Maybe it's still taking care of your kids and I have a lifestyle that
but that's what child support is for.
No, that's just to take care of the kids.
Yeah, especially if she's like a homemaker. She may need some
lifestyle. I gotta go get training. I haven't worked in 25 years, so I gotta go to school and learn how to do something to be a productive member of society. Absolutely, that's worth the money.
A whole lot of things I need to do that you need to pay.
I need a jump start kit.
Okay, so not just you. What about if the roles were reversed? You okay with paying them?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, at least be consistent. I still disagree, but at least be consistent. Because my thought on that is, if we've been together and I acquired a massive wealth, in our relationship, a massive wealth of which, you are at home supporting, but the reality is I never seen Vanessa Bryant shoot a 3-pointer or dunk a basketball. And so while she deserves to live comfortably for the rest of her life because she produced children and she's married to Kobe and all this kind of stuff, I don't think that I need to be paying her a stipend for some amount of money. And that to me is just crazy. And I know that's not the subject that we were on, but to speak to the prenup, alimony to me is like a postnup. That's kind of what it is. And I've always been against that. Because I feel like, if you want to split the money, then split the money. Get your money during the divorce proceeding. But when we divorce, I don't want to deal with you no more unless we got kids. If we got kids, then we do the child support for as long as the youngest child, is a minor in college and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But if I wanted to be taken care of, I would have stayed with you.
I just think discussion of any of that before the marriage is just so shallow for the relationship, and it just makes it seem like I'm preparing for the worst. I'm preparing for us to divorce. So let's talk prenup and alimony and all that kind of stuff. Why get married in the first place if you already think you're going to get a divorce?
Where I disagree with that is I just think that we're speaking in a, it's almost like we're forgetting that we've made evolution in our lives. You know what I mean? Like, no one is going to come to the crib and want to listen to your old ass 8-track when they know that you got a CD player or an MP3 player. You know what I mean? When you have more money and more technology and more access to protect yourself, then why wouldn't you use it? I mean, to say that we're in such this great love affair, and for, you know, I know you're a billionaire and I'm a thousandaire, you know, and for me to not want to protect myself, or you to protect yourself if you're a millionaire, that's just crazy to me. When the assumption is, but we're supposed to stay together forever. When we have information that tells us that some people ain't right, and some people really is out for your money. That's one thing. And we also know that there's a 50%, you know, divorce rate. And so these things we know. We're not guessing this. We know this. And so when we have that, now if he chooses not to ask, or she chooses, you know, the one with the wealth chooses not to put it on the table, then great, fine. I hope they live forever. But I'm gonna tell you, if it was Marcus J, or if it was somebody that Marcus J was going to enter into a marriage with, and there was a lot of wealth, absolutely, I would sign one in a heartbeat. And that's me to the thousandaire. I would sign one in a heartbeat. Yeah, cool. You want it? Cool. Here's your prenup.
I understand your perspective.
Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, we.
And I may feel
we can
differently if I
disagree.
was rich, you know.
I'm pretty sure you would, but you know, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier when I was, you know, having the discussion in social media with my white brother earlier. Your perspective will absolutely influence how you feel about stuff. It is what it is. You know, I started with Marcus J. All right, we're going to take our final break of the night, and it's very brief. And when we come back, we're going to have our rants, and we're going to have our closers. We appreciate everybody that's listening. We're going to have a word from every single person in the room to wrap up the show tonight. Marcus J, Steven Syke, Mr. LP, SY, David with Diva, and Miss Tony, and we're on social media. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, answer from Joy too.
The dash you do at the top for the
Never convinced me.
Tuesday.
Just don't sound.